Hello, today is Sunday, October 24, 2021. My name is Pema. As always, I will be speaking the English language, then I will switch to the Persian language. That was a very fun way for pronouncing the English language. So, as always, I thank you for subscribing to my channel, to my visiting my YouTube channel, my blog. I really appreciate that. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My intention is to spread the message of peace, justice, and liberty for Iran and Iranians. That's the only intention I have. One of the key questions coming up that Iranians are saying, long live the Pahlavi dynasty. They are the people who are in Iran, they are saying it. They are the people who are outside of Iran, they are saying it. It's like both ways. And it was several years ago, I was watching a documentary by Mr. Thomas Erbrink. I apologize for mispronouncing his last name in advance. So the documentary name is Our Man in Tehran. The key point was that he was struggling, like trying to explore why the regime in Iran is struggling. Particularly Iran's nuclear programs is not having the consent of the world. Because Mahmoud Ahmadinejad says that I'm gonna obliterate or eradicate or wipe out Israel from the map. And Israel has a policy of saying that we are not going to face another Holocaust. So that's what they're saying, no more. And Mahmoud Ahmadinejad denied Holocaust. That really did not go so well with any nation. So they didn't like it. And Mr. Thomas Erdbrink says, like, the internet has popularized the Pahlavi dynasty because they're looking at the king, the queen, and the king and queen were corrupt people. Okay? But interestingly, in June 2019, the New York Times published an article and says that the regime in Iran banned Mr. Thomas working as a journalist. His credentials are nullified. So, but these are really interesting comments. Like the people came out in 1978, they start saying, death to the king, we don't want this king. All these kind of things, and all of a sudden we have the totally opposite. People saying, long live the king. So what happened? Why is that? Is it because Iranians are not able to think, to come up with the new ideas? So what happened here? But we just want to look at the 1979 revolution. Who were the people? Who were the puppeteers who organized the 1979 revolution? So we know that Jimmy Carter, United Kingdom, France, and West Germany. I apologize again, I cannot pronounce this name. Pahlavi conference. So they had it over there, and they flip a coin for someone like me and millions of other peoples. They're gonna live or die. They know what the kind of a decision they are making. Okay, they know their decisions means death or life, and it was like a flipping a coin. It was not any different. But what happened, because we know for a fact by now that the king did not want to go into war with any other nation. He said it in his books. But the US, France, England, and West Germany rely on military-industrial complex to have money, to make money, because that's how they generate revenue for themselves. So British Broadcasting Corporation starts saying, giving a platform to Khomeini, and Khomeini starts saying, oh, the king is horrible, the king stealing money, and Jimmy Carter starts saying the king is violating human rights. And we know the US does not have human rights. If you want to have a human rights, you have to go to the court. Oh, what kind of a law is that? People are not obeying the law, and if they are asking for their rights, they have to go to the court. Do you think court is cheap? It's expensive. You have to retain a lawyer. Lawyers are very, very expensive. It's not that easy. So Khomeini came back, started killing people, and we all know the king passed away on July 27, 1980. And we know he's buried in Egypt. It's not really that difficult to figure it out. Today, 40 million Iranians are living below the poverty line. Today, Iran has two classes, the power elite and the destitute people. At the time of Pahlavi Dynasty, people would spend 70 riyal to buy $1. That was the purchase power. And people had access to luxury lifestyle. They could enjoy their life. They could go to their vacation. They could do whatever they want. Now, who are the luxury people? Who are the people who have exclusive right to the luxury cars, mansions, extravaganza parties that they are doing it? People, Iranians are deprived from enjoying life. And what did Khomeini say? Khomeini says, the king is the puppet of the US, I'm going to give you guys independence. And they came with this idea of a nuclear program that is going to give a prestige and honor to Iranians. They hand over Iran to Russia and China. So how did the king give the independence to Iran? Okay? Without firing one bullet. Okay? The king didn't ask Iranians to go to the battlefield to die. These are key points if you want to understand why people love the king. These are the reasons. The British Navy left the Persian Gulf without even the king goes into war, fighting with England, marching, nothing. With the politics, with the tactics. So that's why people like it. So what I just said it here was a small compression. It was not like the whole thing. Like people are saying, why people are going back to the Cyrus the Great? If you look at Machiavelli's book about the prince, he advised the prince follow a path that leads to the success. Don't go pick up a path that may lead to your demise. Make sure you are following a path that leads to your demise. And Moses selects Moses, how he leads to success against Ramses II. That's very important. There are many self-help books if you want to. You could search it, find it. And there are authors who are using scientific method to reach to success. So, Iranians really don't have to go so far to discover some kind of a path how I could reach to success. Follow Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great is so important and so successful that the American Constitution is based on Cyrus the Great's education. Even Machiavelli talks about the prince needs to be to have two characteristics of the beast. He borrowed it from Cyrus the Great. So Cyrus the Great is the foundation of politics. And not because I'm Iranian I'm saying all these things. No. As time will pass, we will look at it. And why did Muhammad Reza Shah Pahlavi revive Cyrus the Great's education? Because that was a successful path toward success. Yeah, I could see I cannot go back to the time, hang with Cyrus the Great, hey buddy, what's up? No, but we could look at it, the kind of a doctrine he had, and we followed that path, and that path will lead to success. And if you look at the video clip created by Manato television program, there's a question and answer period that the king is speaking in English and says, during World War I and World War II, Iran was at the mercy of foreign nation invaders. And miracle saved Iran. Today, Iran is not in the same spot. And today we could see China and Russia are in Iran plundering Iran's wealth. Anybody is welcome to Iran, as long as someone in a fake way say death to America. So, today, COVID-19 hitting Iranian people. Ali Khamenei says, no, it's banned, we cannot have vaccine. He had a Pfizer vaccine. His family, everybody, the power elite are having a Pfizer vaccine, but Iranians cannot. So why are Iranians are holding lion and sun flag? They are looking at Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. We know he passed away. Because Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi has become Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great and Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi are the national identity of Iran. And these are the path towards success, and that's why Iranians are talking about them. That's why they say, long live the Pahlavi dynasty. It was very interesting. There's a gentleman with the name of Patrick Bat David. He was born in Iran. He immigrates to the US. I check his Twitter account and I see there's a picture of him. There's a picture, yeah. He's standing behind the king with a rapper, with one rapper and a car race driver. And the king is sitting over there, is at the middle of the circle, and there are dignitaries, American dignitaries. And that's it. The Pahlavi dynasty has become national identity of Iranians. And that's why Iranians will never let go, because it was at the time Iran was moving forward. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. We cannot go back. We cannot move the time back. But we could choose that path to move toward success. That's what Iranians are saying it. And I wish I could speak the English language in a more better way, write in a better way, but this is it. This is as far as I could go. My English language go. So I will be switching to the Persian language. سلام، سپاسگزارم که به یوتیوب چنل من میایید، به بلاگ من میایید، اینا رو نگاه میکنید، میخونید. سپاسگزارم. اگه خوشتون میاد سابسکرایب کنید که پیام آزادی، عدالت و آزادی رو برای ایران بیاریم. نقش من همینه. ما در من چند سال پیش بود یه فیلم مستندی رو از آقای تامز ارب رینگ دیدم و ایشون نوشته بود آرمن این تهران و با یه خانم ایرانی هم ازدواج میکنن. ایشون میخواست ببینه که چرا جمهوری اسلامی مشکل داره، به خاطر اینکه نیرو اتمی داره و این نیرو اتمیش طوریه که میخواد اسرائیل رو از بین ببره. اسرائیل هم قانون اساسیش اینه که هیچ وقت دیگه تجربه هولوکاست رو نمیخواد داشته باشه و به همین خاطر اسرائیل همه کار کرد. خب واقعا جالبه، مردم در سال 1978 میلادی اومدن بیرون گفتن مرگ بر شاه، الان میگن جاوید شاه. خب چی شده؟ چرا؟ بیایم اینا رو یه لحظه با هم نگاه کنیم و آقای تامس ارت برینک که مسئله رو همین مسئله رو گفت شاه بده، به خاطر اینترنت باعث شده که مردم به طرف شاه بیان. خب ایشون نظرشه، ولی جالبش اینه که در سال 2019 میلادی اون مدارکی رو که داشته که میتونه به عنوان یه ژورنالیست در ایران کار کنه، جمهوری اسلامی از دستش گرفته و ایشون الان نمیتونه کار کنه. نمیدونم زندگیشو چجوری داره میگذرونه. خیلی جالبه. خب یه لحظه بیایم از این دیدگاه نگاه کنیم که جشن‌های 2500 ساله چی بود. تو اونجا پادشاه عزیز ما داشت نشون میداد که ایران چقدر ترقی کرده. خیلی جالب بود. من برنامه من و تو رو نگاه میکردم، میدیدیم که پادشاه با پادشاه یونان یه جا هستن، اون خیلی زیبا بود. من این دو تا شخصیت مهم رو ببینم دارن ایران رو نگاه میکنن، خیلی زیبا بود. زیبایی هستش که جنگ نیست، دوستی، مهر، محبت وجود داره. چون من خودم اینجا هستم میبینم اینا خیلی دوست دارن. تو کانادا ما با یونانی ها بد هستیم. خیلی از یونانی ها هستن که نسل اولن یا نسل دوم تو اینجا هستن، هیچ گونه مشکلی با من ندارن. همه اینها هستش. خیلی جالبه. مسئله اینه که تو قسمت 5 من و تو بود. اگه تو 41 دقیقه برید میبینید پادشاه عزیز ما داره صحبت میکنه، میگه در جنگ جهانی اول و دوم ایران حمله شد، گرفتنش با نیروهای خارجی و معجزه ما رو نجات داشت، ولی امروز دیگه یه هم چیزی نیست. و جالبیش از همه مهمتر این بود که نیروی دریایی انگلیس خلیج فارس رو ترک کرد بدون که ما ایرانی به میدون جنگ بریم. و در این من معذرت میخوام، نام این کنفرانس و گالوپ هستش، درست تلفظ نمیکنم. اونجایی که بودن جیمی کارتر و آدمای دیگه واسه ما سکه شیر خط انداختن، یا بمیریم یا زنده بمونیم، یا توی ممالک دیگه بدبخت بشیم. مردم ایران بدبخت، ماهای اینجا آواره. فکر میکنن خودشون اینا فکر میکنن میرن بهش. من نمیدونم. خب مکیاولی چی میگه؟ مکیاولی به شاهزاده وقتی که میخواد ادوایس بده میگه یه راهی رو پیش برو که به پیروزی میرسی. و اون راه پیروزی رو حضرت موسی رو میگه اگه از راه حضرت موسی بری به پیروزی میرسی. خب پادشاه ما یه چیزی میخوام بگم اینه که خیلی هستن که کتاب ها می نویسن، کتاب های مختلف می نویسن، میگن اگه این راه ها رو بری شما به موفقیت میرسید. خب پادشاه ما کی رو انتخاب کرد؟ کوروش بزرگ، موفق ترین انسان. خب من میدونم من نمیتونم برگردم زمان کوروش. اون دوران گذشت. اون دوران اصلا اینجوری لباس نمیپوشیدن. خب ولی من میتونم اون راههایی رو که رفته، اون مشکلاتی رو که به اون طریق حل کرده، منم اونا رو استفاده کنم که بتونم در زندگیم موفق بشم. پادشاه عزیز ما محمد رضا پهلوی همین کار رو کرد. نه اینکه مغزش، بعضی صحبت میکنه انگار پادشاه ما مغزش رو از دست داده، همچین صحبت میکنه. نمیفهمم. حالا بعضی از اینا پی اچ دی دارن که مثلا پادشاه مغزش رو از دست داده بود در دوران کوروش بزرگ بود. نه، ایش پادشاه ما یه آدم متمدن بود، کتاب خونده بود. کتابشو بخونی میگه اون دیوار چین بزرگ رو میزنن، آدما رو کرده بودن تو اون دیوارای چین. بله، و اینا یه واقعیت الان میگن اسکلت های آدما داره میاد بیرون. ولی اون موقعی که تخت جمشید یا هر جایی رو که می ساختن به زنها بیشتر پول می دادن. فرقش رو ببینید. فرقش رو ببینید. آدم ها رو نمی کردن تو دیوار. آدم ها عزت و احترام داشتن. و ما ایرانی ها می دونیم که پادشاه عزیز ما فوت کرده و در سرزمین مصر به خاک سپرده شده. ولی چرا مردم میگن؟ این نشنال آیدنتیتی شده، مثل کوروش بزرگ شده. ما میدونیم که اگه بخوایم به موفقیت برسیم، همون راهی رو که محمد رضا پهلوی رفت ما باید بریم. ما اینو داریم میگیم. ما ابله نشدیم بگیم که میخوایم بریم 1357. نه، نمیشه رفت. اگه کسی تونسته این کارو بکنه به ما بگی، بریم باهاش صحبت کنیم، شاید بتونیم یه نتیجه بگیریم. نه، نمیشه. خب نمیشه رفت. ولی در آینده آزاد ایران ما چه راهی رو بریم؟ اون راهی رو میریم که پادشاه عزیز ما راه کوروش رو رفت و به موفقیت رسید، ولی آمریکا و انگلیس و فرانسه و آلمان کوبیدن تو کلم، برای اینکه به حرف پادشاه گوش نکردیم. برای همین میگیم زنده باد پهلوی. برای همین میگیم جاوید شاه. شما امروز کووید 19 رو نگاه کنید، ملاها دارن با ما چیکار میکنن. مقایسهش کنید با پادشاه مهربونمون که با ما چیکار میکرد. مقایسهش کنید وقتی مردم گفتن شاه نمیخوان، شاه گفت من میرم، آدم نمیکشن. مقایسهش کنید با خمینی خونخوار، با علی خامنه‌ای خونخوار که برای این که روی قدرت بمونن که چه کارهایی نمیکنن. ما داریم مقایسه میکنیم انسان بودن یعنی چی. و در فردای آزاد ایران ما یک نفر رو میخواییم مثل پادشاه عزیزمون محمد رضا پهلوی. شاهزاده رضا پهلوی میگه من کاری ندارم. خب امیدوارم ایشون پادشاه مشروطه ایران بشه. اگر مردم ایران تصمیم گرفتن جمهوری میخوان، هر کس که میاد سر کار امیدوارم مثل کوروش بزرگ مهربون باشه برای مردم ایران و مثل محمد رضا پهلوی نون بذاره توی دبستان و دبیرستان و ایرانو بسازه، نده دست روس و چین و آمریکا و این کشورها. نه، ما اینو داریم میگیم. دیگه من دارم عصبانی میشم. رگ ترکی زد. مرسی.